So you're taking a look at the Yukon. You're thinking of flying up, or maybe driving. You're a visitor, or perhaps you've a good mind to find the perfect place to settle down. You're the outdoors type, of course. And that independent streak of yours is showing. In fact, it's dictating the way you think about your future. Of one thing you're pretty sure. From this point forward, you're making the most of the hand that life has dealt you. In unguarded moments, you may even dream of your very own kingdom. Well, here it is, Faro. Faro on the Pelly River. Friendly Faro in the Yukon's majestic Anvil mountain range. Faro. Welcome. Before Faro even existed, First Nations people called nearby Mount Mye the mountain of everything. Elder Arthur John remembers.
Yeah, well, you're right. That's what it is. Everything what you eat is on that mountain. That's why people live there, just like Indian farm, there all the time. Before porcupine, anything, bear, anything, sheep. Not too hard to get sheep. You go all shoot them with bow and arrow, you know. Yeah, you come that close, eh?
We want to warn you. People come here, they want to stay.
We lived in Faro for 4 years now. We moved here from Toronto, my husband and 2 boys, and we love it. Everyone is really friendly. That's one of the things we first noticed.
I think that the fact that Faro is right in the middle of the heart of the Yukon, and you've got a beautiful river to canoe and travel within a mile of the town, numerous hills and trails adjacent to the town. You can walk right from the restaurant and hike up and look at wildlife in 30 minutes.
I don't know, there's something about the town. Like, if you ask anybody, they'll tell you, it just kind of grows on you.
Now Mount Mye overlooks the hometown of many Faroites who came into this part of the world after the discovery of the huge lead-zinc ore body in the 1950s. Arthur John was with a guy named Al Coulan and others back then, and showed the eager prospectors where the richest ground could be found.
Al Coulan come here, pick up Prospector Ross River. I got, sure enough, big pyrite. Rain about that big, go across the creek, just shining, water keep him shining. Then Al Coulan, he look at it, wall rock, with a hammer, he hit him. Oh, his muggy just go in and shine. Every hit just shine all the way down, eh? Holy smoke, he says, there's the mine.
And now you're thinking of checking out the Yukon because you've heard how it's captured the hearts of those who've come before you. You already know that the very word Yukon is synonymous with the gold rush of 1898 and with tales from the poems of Robert Service about that great big broad land way up yonder. You too have stood spellbound at the edge of wilderness. You know only too well how the peace that envelops you fills your lungs at the very same time as the splendor takes your breath away. You don't care if that sounds like a contradiction, because it's a fact. Like life's other mysteries, you don't want them explained away. You only want to experience as many of them as possible. And that's why you're here, to see Faro for yourself, to check out the rumors, to see this amazing country with your own 2 eyes. You'll find Faro close to the heart of the Yukon, within easy distance from any of our northern communities. Check your map of Canada. You'll see that you have some choices. You can drive the historic Alaska Highway to Watson Lake and then, just north of town, make a right turn onto the South Campbell Highway. Or you can carry on to the North Klondike Highway as far as Carmacks, and then connect with the North Campbell Highway. Or fly to Whitehorse by jet, then by charter to the Mountain of Everything. These hills we call the Anvil Mountains. Over centuries, they've been incised by young and restless rivers such as the Yukon and its tributaries. This broad valley is known as the Tintina Trench, and the river that now flows gently through it, past Faro, we call the Pelly. Rich mineralized zones are naturally exposed in the valley walls. It was these deposits that lured those first fortune hunters to the region. Lower down, white and black spruce give way here and there to birch, aspen, and balsam poplar. Lodgepole pine have eagerly taken root where years ago a forest fire swept up the valley. So you're a photographer, and you're after big game, the biggest of them all. You've heard that moose can't get enough of the Faro area. You've heard about the bear populations around here, grizzlies, and black bear along the riverbanks. A community bear safety program has made the situation safer for everyone, but you know that it pays to remain alert. Some of the most rewarding shots are yours when you wait out the more stealthy creatures that call Faro home. And when the salmon spawn, you're just one of the many sets of sharp eyes along the shores of the rivers. Over 200 species of birds spend their summer here.
It's actually a paradise for photography if you're interested in the animals and the landscape and the rivers and the colossal mountain ranges. It's pretty nice for that. When you get into the wilds up here, you can get vistas and backgrounds that nobody's ever seen before. So you're going to get footage that's unique and different, and the experience itself is unique and different because you are in an area where you're not likely to run into anybody.
So you want to go fishing. You want to fly in to a virgin lake for a taste of Arctic grayling. Summer in the Yukon, and you'd better believe the fish are biting. Or maybe a river journey might be more your speed. A day trip, perhaps. Or is disappearing for a few days more your style? Because along the way, you'll be sliding deep into the solitude of this land where silence has lease. Because you know that your own Yukon spell is waiting to be cast. Because you've heard of deep pools that can guarantee the catch of a lifetime.
Oh, it's a great place. We canoe the little river that goes in front of our place, and we put the river boat in the Pelly. We ride our horses up into the mountains. We did a really nice hunting trip last year for 10 days up in the mountains. So there's lots to do. There's no end of things to do. The summer's too short.
Well, one thing that would encourage anybody come to Faro would be the fact that it's totally safe. You can leave your doors open at night. You don't have to lock your vehicles. You're in the middle of the wilderness with the wildest of animals, and you can just enjoy life the way we always looked at it 100 years ago.
Faro is indeed a unique place where people from all over the world have an opportunity to visit and experience the outdoors, not in a park setting, but in actual wilderness.
Things that would draw people here are a golf course. We have awesome facilities with the rec center. We have weight room, we have a gym, we have lots of council facilities. We have a squash court and biking, and baseball is a big thing here.
Run it through hard, run it through hard, run it through hard. Yeah.
So is he one of the Faro residents and so on? Excellent.
Oh, there's definitely lots of hiking opportunities, and there's lots of entertainment value because there's signs up all along the trail. They'll be telling about the plants and some of their uses and where they got their names. And there's kiosks that tell about succession, and there's a high entertainment value associated with the hiking trail.
Between Faro and the Ross River area is the Denna Cho Trail, now being re-established by the two communities for year-round enjoyment. John Williams is project coordinator.
This is a traditional trail used by the local Indians, natives, for the last millennium. Down the road, we're looking at, besides the trail itself, we're hoping that possibly there'll be spin-offs for local operators, local businesses, and just to bring people into the communities. And it's a breathtaking area. It's a beautiful, beautiful area for hiking. And besides offering people a wilderness experience that you can't get, I don't think, anywhere else in the world, there's an educational value, a historical value there which is extremely important, and we would just like to get to have that story told.
Yukon winters are no longer locked tight as a drum. And when the winter's day is almost done, there's always food enough for all. You've heard about these rare-colored sheep. Fannin sheep, they're called. Only about 3,000 of them in the world. About 100 of these remarkable animals have chosen to range almost within the town of Faro itself. And you figure if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you.
Welcome to Faro. Have a good flight?
You betcha. Thanks a lot.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations.
Good to see you.
Okay. Glad you came down. Come on, let's take it back up.
So you want to visit for a while, or maybe live here. Well, you're not alone. If you do choose to live here in Faro, do we have a deal for you?
Whenever you have a major industry like we've had in Faro leave the area, you get a number of things like the houses that were maybe built at $120,000 to $150,000, and they're now available at a fifth, a quarter of those prices, and we think that's quite a buying opportunity for anybody. There's a very low crime rate, virtually non-existent, and we think it's an excellent place to settle down, to raise a family, to retire, to enjoy the country, and all we need are the people to come and do that with us.
Whether you're coming for a visit or just for a look around, You can choose a comfy bed and breakfast to suit your mood and your personality. For RVers and campers, Yukon highways have plenty of well-maintained facilities. Just like everyone else, you don't ask for any more or any less than your fair share. Truth be known, you've never demanded much. But now, you want to live big. After all, haven't you earned it? One thing that a sizable group of Faroites feel they've earned is the sheer joy of flying ultralights.
For flying an ultralight up here in the north is fabulous because you can go so slow and see so much. To me, it's just like sitting in a car in your front seat driving down the road, but the only thing is when you're up there, you're 1,000 feet above the ground, you're going 30 miles an hour, and you're just taking your time and seeing anything you want to see. And the lakes and the rivers that we have here, the beautiful rivers and the lakes, the water is so crystal clear. To me, flying with ultralights is just supreme.
If big seems like another contradiction, well, don't worry about it. Up here, everyone's really just a speck in this magnificent landscape. Just as the drop of water becomes the ocean, the speck embraces the vastness of the land. You already know that, because you're already a northerner.
And you said that they also...
Northerners have always known that the best things in life are free. Now you know that up here at the foot of the mountain of everything, the next best things can be had for a song.